My name is Marcela Collier. I am the head coach of HIC Parenting Education, and I am the founder of HIC Parenting Coaching Agency. My team of coaches and I have served over 10,000 parents through our coaching services, products, and courses. The way to bring a lot more peace to themselves, become secure parents. That's the main reason of the why the Secure Parent Collective membership exists. Our main mission is to help you become a secure parent so you can raise emotionally healthy children. And I cannot do it by myself. I have an amazing pool of coaches who are incredible, and they are helping me help you. And we've done this for the last 4 years. About our guest coach that you're going to meet really soon. Her name is Rebecca Linden. She's the Director of Coaching and Education for the Jai Institute for Parenting, an international organization specializing in the professional certification of parenting coaches. She has a background in both social welfare and Waldorf education, and in her private practice as a parent coach and mentor, she focuses on enhancing the vitality and well-being of neurodiverse parents and families. Our philosophy here in HIC Parenting Education is that when we raise emotionally healthy children, when we equip ourselves to parent our children from the understanding of their needs, that's the way that our children can grow up to be emotionally healthy individuals. And that's the whole premise of what is needed for us to show up as secure parents to be able to help our kids. And that's our mission as well in the Secure Parent Collective membership. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the topic of sensory needs and coaching, I want to share with you my personal story related to sensory needs, and the reason why I have a big heart and a big passion about teaching on this topic. So in 2012, I started my motherhood journey. I didn't have the twins at the time. My twins are 8 years old. And I started doing foster care. My foster son, he had high sensory needs. He was highly aggressive. He was a sensory seeker to the point that he didn't know how to contain his energy. And he was very big. He was a 7-year-old, but he had the complexity of a 10-year-old. And I remember him putting holes on the wall, taking the closet doors off the rail, taking his mattress and throwing it to the floor in the middle of meltdowns and tantrums. I remember reading so many books on how to handle tantrums, meltdowns, aggression, and nothing seemed to help until I got introduced to our methodology, Parenting with Understanding. This methodology is from the foundation that every behavior that you see in your children, the hitting, the kicking, the throwing, the biting, the routine stalling, the pickiness, all those behaviors that you see in your children are the communication of a need. And I became obsessed about this topic of needs linked up to behavior. I dove deep into the research of Dr. William Glasser. He is a world-recognized psychiatrist and researcher on this topic. And I became an expert on children's needs linked up to their behaviors. I eventually became a therapeutic provider. And then I became a certified parenting coach. And let me tell you, my son, all those behaviors I described to you were the communication of sensory needs. And once I learned to unveil his needs, speak to the needs and not the behavior, I start seeing a lot of transformation in him. He went from being suspended from school almost every week to being on the board of school excellence board, or how the school success board, and being an example to other kids. Now he's an adult and he's on his way of becoming a therapist, because this work that I did with him impacted him so much. So if you don't take anything but this, parenting with understanding is the way to raise emotionally strong individuals. When you gain the tools to become a secure parent and you become an expert in your children's needs, that's all they need. So I want to share with you, but don't take my word for it. I want to share with you some of the stories of our coaching clients. We help 677 coaching clients, one-on-one coaching clients, understand their children's needs, become secure parents. And here you see Valerie on the left. She has a child with autism, with a lot of sensory needs, running under the bed when it was time to brush his teeth. And then she's saying that after having the coaching, the guidance, the constant, the guidance from us, HIC parenting coaches, on understanding and meeting her child's needs, his behaviors improved to the point that even his therapists and his teachers were surprised, in awe, and thinking like this is a completely different child. And it's not because he's a different child, it's because his needs are met and his mother understands him. Lucy, when she came to us, her son was kicked out of different daycares because he was so aggressive. And after she was getting the guidance, this is not a one-time thing that you are going to come today and then tomorrow, voila, everything is, your child is a peaceful child. This is a process that takes coaching, that takes a step-by-step, that takes feedback from us, the coaches. But after she got that support around her and understanding and meeting her child's needs, she's saying that now he is telling her when he needs quiet time. She's preventing most meltdowns. Or Mickey, I think she's here in the room. She was trained in parenting with understanding. And she said that she went from feeling overstimulated, trying to homeschool, run a home business, to feeling a lot more empowered, less discipline and punishment that leads her to having more energy to run her business, all because she understands her children's needs. Mickey, if you are here, I know you're here, say hello to everybody in the chat so people get to see you. Hi, Mickey. How has parenting with understanding helped you? Please share with us in the chat. She's saying hi in the chat. Okay. So all these clients that I'm telling you, they paid a lot of money, thousands of dollars, to be able to have that guidance. And then there were many parents that were DMing us and messaging us, telling us, hey, I need the guidance, but I don't have all that money to invest. So that's when I decided I'm going to create an option that this work, anyone could do it at a very affordable price. And that's when we opened the Secure Parent Collective membership. So this is a membership, a private community with parenting coaching. The Secure Parent Collective is a monthly membership where parents come in to get direct support to bring peace to their parenting so they can raise emotionally healthy children without expensive one-on-one or tiny group coaching fees. And I wanted to walk you through who we are, what we've done, because you are inside the Secure Parent Collective membership. And I cannot let you go without telling you a little bit more about us. And if you want to join us after the teaching, I'm going to walk you through what we offer and the pricing, so you can hopefully join us today during this session. My son now parents with understanding of me. That's so amazing, Mickey. Thank you. Thank you for being here and for supporting all these parents. Okay, so now let's move on to the second portion of this session, which is sharing what's going well, the success stories. I want to start with Mickey first, if it's okay. I miss you. I want to talk to you. And then after that, we go into teaching, because that's what we always do here in the Secure Parent Collective membership. We start with what's going well. So I'm going to go to the participants tab, and I'm going to unmute Mickey. Where is Mickey? Okay, Joseph, how do I unmute Mickey? And I look for Mickey. I'm trying.
Everyone here on this call making that step forward to, changing the household dynamics, and then of course having you as their mentor, their guide. So thank you for having me here today.
So Mickey, you've been with us for years in parenting coaching. How has parenting coaching and HIC parenting education helped you in your parenting?
Yeah, like how you mentioned in the beginning that it's not just a one thing, like one step thing, and it's going to fix everything. It's organic. It's a process. You keep building on it. I've been with HIC since 2020, like during COVID. That's when I really noticed my parenting style, and it needed to change. So fast forward to now, like I put in the chat, like my son is now parenting me with understanding. And an example was recently over the weekend. I mentioned something to my daughter, but in a very sharp tone. So I was saying, don't use my bathtub, use the shower. Like it was really like sharp tone and, not in a loving way. And my son was on the side and he heard everything and he waited till I was done and he asked me, he said, Mommy, can I ask you something? And I'm still kind of like, heated, or like my chest is tight, my face is scrunched. I was like, yeah, what do you need, son? And he was like, you know how you told Malia about using the bathtub? I said, yeah. He's like, I think there's a nicer way that you can say that to her. And he was giving me suggestions and how to respond in a loving way. And I said, okay, son, thank you. And then I went ahead and did that in front of them. And I thought that was such a big win because it didn't start off like that. It was really hard in the beginning because it's a new process, it's a new change. But like, to know now what was taught back in 2020, 2021, and so forth, it's now I can see it. So I appreciate you guys keeping up with your program and adding new things to it because I love it all. It helps as a parent, as an individual that's neurodivergent, and just in relationships in general. It doesn't only apply to your children; it applies to a lot of our relationships that we interact with. So I like it.
Thank you so
It's
much
good.
for being on this live with us and for sharing your testimonial.
Thank you.
So before we move into the teaching, anyone else who is a member of the Secure Parent Collective membership, what have you seen in your parenting since you joined the Secure Parent Collective membership before we move into teaching? Say me, say I want to share, and then I will unmute you. Just say me in the chat. I want to share, and then I will unmute you. Tatiana and Vidalio, heart to you, Tatiana. Is it okay if I unmute you, Tatiana? Tatiana, is it okay if I unmute you? Maybe she's not. Yeah, okay. I'm going to unmute you, and then after Tatiana, then we're gonna move on into the teaching portion. It's always so refreshing to start the session like with wins. Okay. Tatiana, please unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Tatiana.
Hi.
Tatiana, since you joined the Secure Parent Collective membership, what have you seen in your parenting?
Um, I mean a lot, but I feel like I've been able to. I mean, it sounds weird, but I am more aware of myself and the way that I am reacting with my kids, you know, and how that has changed, at least for me. Like now I'm like taking a step and what I'm trying to teach them, you know, I'm doing it myself first. I'm like, okay, stop, wait before you react. Let's just calm down and then, you know, come back and then we can talk about things. But yeah, I think the biggest thing I've seen was with myself, because with my kids we're still working on things, you know, and it's going. But and being able to just, I mean, last time, like I told you, like just be give myself some grace and be like, hey, it's okay, like it's fine. And yeah, so I've seen a big change on that. We're still working on my kids, but probably the
How
biggest
has the
change on myself.
parenting support in the sessions helped you, or has it helped you?
Like the lives here, you mean?
Yes, the sessions in
Oh,
the membership.
oh, huge. I
Mhm.
mean, just knowing, you know, that I'm not the only one going through this, you know, and that it's not just me. It's been nice. And then being able to hear other people's, you know, struggles, and it's like, oh yes, yes, I feel you, like I'm there too. And it just feels nice to know that I'm not alone.
And it is a safe space. I mean, you're not gonna
Yeah.
have a weird person on the internet criticizing your parenting because we're all working toward the same thing here. So thank you for sharing.
Yes, and thank you. And even the videos too on the parenting collective area. Like I've been going back, you know, and looking through the stuff and watching the videos. And there was one in particular that it was just so eye-opening. And one that you did with like a couple that was amazing to see the way you talk to the husband, because like I am there, I'm trying to get my husband on this side too. And it was so good to see that it's like, okay, there's hope.
Yeah,
So
so
thank you.
for everybody just talking about the coaching highlights, we have a full library of coaching highlights of me coaching parents on different topics. And if you need guidance, just go through the highlights, choose the topic, and listen to the coaching.
Yes, it's been amazing. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move on. Thank you so much, Tatiana. Would you allow us to share this as a testimonial?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to move on with the teaching portion. If you are ready for the teaching, say yes. Let's go, Marcela. Teach. Talk to me so I don't feel I'm alone here. Tatiana say yes. Susana, yes. Okay, now I see you there. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn here. We are going to make a routine a lot easier by understanding and meeting our children's sensory needs. Number one, how to recognize and understand your child's sensory needs to create a smoother daily routine. Number two, how to transform sensory seeking behaviors like hitting, throwing, and biting to healthy release of energy. Number three, how to support sensory avoiding behaviors, making hygiene, mealtime, and getting dressed less of a struggle. And number four, how to become a secure parent who responds confidently to your child's unique sensory needs. Okay, so sensory needs arise from how our children perceive and respond to their environment through sight, sound, touch, taste, and movement. Some children may seek sensory input while others may be overwhelmed by it. If you need these slides for your own study later, please take as many screenshots as you need and share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me at High Impact Club at any point. I love to see you. I love to see those little tags and stories. People like, yeah, you guys were at the other side. Yes. Okay. So is this your child? I'm going to open the chat and let me know. Sensory seekers. They may exhibit impulsive behaviors like interrupting adults, and then you tell them, hey, I'm on the phone, and they keep on interrupting. Number two, having difficulty sitting still or remaining focus during quiet time activities. Let me know if that's your child. Number 3, often engage in roughhousing or aggressive play. Is that your child? Say yes or say no in the chat. Number 4, may be prone to tantrums or meltdowns when their sensory needs are not met. And last one, can be very active and have a hard time winding down. A lot of yes, a lot of no, a lot of maybe. Is this your child? Sensory avoiders may appear withdrawn or hesitant in new or overwhelming environments. Can be overly sensitive to certain sounds, sights, or smells. Can be very particular about their clothing, food, or other sensory experiences. May have difficulty with transitions or changes in routine. Take a screenshot, and if this is your child, and tag me at High Input Club. Your daily routine with your sensory kiddos, either if you have a sensory avoider or sensory seeker or both, my children are both, you can have both, becomes a lot easier when you have the tools to understand and meet their sensory needs. Okay, so let's talk about transforming sensory seeking behaviors. I'm going to give you the academic, the information portion, and then Coach Rebecca is going to take some of you and coach you directly on how that would look like applied in your family. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what increases sensory seeking and what helps with sensory seeking. What increases sensory seeking is overreacting to the behavior. Responding with high emotion or anxiety can increase the child's stress level. So let's just say the sensory seeker is a yeller, and then we yell alongside them. Then that's going to reinforce the yelling, and the yelling is going to get worse. We are our children's thermostat. When they are high, we are low. When they are high, we are low. So when I see my sensory seekers seeking, I'm like, okay, how can I bring them down by modeling quite the opposite? So let's just say that they're yelling. I lower my tone even more, so much that I start whispering. Okay, I see that you need to use your voice. And it is so amazing to see them that they go from to like, they need to do this to pay attention to what we're saying. And they start repeating that today to us. And if they really need to exert that energy, we're like, okay, I have an idea. Right now we're at the doctor's office. But what about if we, right after we're done, we go to the parking lot and we're going to roar like a lion as loud as we can? Would you be able to do that? Okay. Or what about if we do it now and then we come back to this voice? So we are our children's thermostat. Whatever tone we set, they're going to match up to that tone. Number 2 thing that increases sensory seeking behavior is misinterpreting the behavior as willful misconduct. Sensory seeking behaviors can sometimes be mistaken for intentional misbehavior. Misinterpreting these as deliberate can lead to inappropriate discipline strategies that don't address the underlying sensory needs. Why does this happen often for sensory seeking kiddos? Because they quote unquote hit out of nowhere. They quote unquote push you out of nowhere. They quote unquote scratch out of nowhere. So parents may develop narratives in their head of they think that hitting is fun, or they enjoy hitting, or they think it's a game. They don't think it's fun. It's not that they enjoy seeing you hurt or their siblings hurt. It's that they have this sensory seeking need and they don't know what to do with it. And if they don't have skills, that's how they manifest it. So what helps sensory seekers? Help your sensory seeking child helping them make sense of their experience. by putting language to their emotions and needs so they can start to have awareness of their body and regulate it better. So sensory seeking kids, a lot of the times, most of the times, they're not even aware of how hard they're squeezing our hand or how loud they're yelling, you know? Oh, you're squeezing my hand really hard. That hurts. That hurts. Do you need to squeeze? Is that what you need to? Okay, we can squeeze something else and find an alternative. Or if they're yelling, translate it into feelings. I see that you're excited. I feel your excitement. And you're yelling. And we're at the doctor's office. So let's keep it down like this. Can you model this? Or how can we show we are excited differently? Maybe we can do like this. I mean, I don't know how a kid could be excited being at the doctor's office. My twins, they get excited going to the dentist because they get helium balloons and they get candy, which is counteractive, I would say, but they do get candy at the dentist. And then they get a like a goodie bag. So they do like it just for that. But anyway, it's about like, how can we redirect that energy differently by helping them make sense of what's happening? Hey, we're at the doctor's office. Keep it together. Stop yelling. That won't help them because they are excited or they're nervous. When they're nervous, when they don't know what's going to happen inside that dentist room, they start sensory seeking as well. Okay, sensory seeking. So to let them see that their feelings. I see that you're nervous. You're nervous? Okay. Okay. Let's move our bodies differently because yelling or digging your nails in my arm, that's not safe or is disruptive for the other people waiting in here. Okay, so maybe we can take a deep breath using our bodies. Let's move our hands up and down. So that's how we redirect that sensory seeking energy. What does help? Creating a sensory diet. So sensory diets are like scheduled activities geared towards meeting those sensory needs. So if your child is a pusher, then what are pushing activities that he can do? Maybe dragging things, vacuuming, that's a pushing activity, maybe helping you mowing the lawn, pushing activities, right? If they are heaters, okay, to redirect that energy differently in scheduled time. So not just when they are nervous, not just when they're overly excited, not just when they are seeking it, but even as a preventative measure that helps. So that's basically a sensory diet in a nutshell. Now, if your children go to occupational therapy, your occupational therapist can write a very well professional written, very well written and professional sensory diet plan for your children. If that's your case, or if you want a professional to write your child's sensory diet, just consult with an occupational therapist and she will help you with that. But if you don't have that access, you can create your homemade DIY version of a sensory diet. So if you know, again, if your child is a pusher, a hitter, a dragger, a pincher, a slapper, then create a sensory diet that is geared towards the same kind of movement and energy, but in a safe way. So it could be dragging things, pulling things, vacuuming, stress cleaning. It could be doing scheduled jumping jacks. It could be doing scheduled stretching. I do that with my twins all the time. Scheduled stretching. We do scheduled stretching time when they come back from school. We do scheduled stretching before bed. And believe it or not, that meets their sensory needs and it winds them down and they go to bed a lot easier and faster than when we don't do it. When we don't do it, I regret it. What is an activity that will work for a hitter? So my foster son, he was a hitter, and then we created a big target with sandbags, and then he would basically throw the sandbag, two, two, two. We did it in scheduled times, and we did it when he was stressed, when he was escalated, when he was upset, or when he had that really excited energy. I'm a sensory seeker. I have to use my bike for 45 minutes. Yeah. I'm a sensory seeker too, an avoider in many ways. I don't know what number, 3 or 4, but the next thing that helps as a sensory seeker is for you to be a secure parent. If you have calm responses in times of stress, if you can support your child through their sensory seeking needs with safety and calmness and not reactivity, your child is going to calm down a lot quicker and faster. And I'm so happy that you are a member of the Secure Parent Collective membership, because that's the whole purpose, the whole reason of this membership, to provide you with all the tools, direct support, ongoing support and guidance for you to become a secure parent. Okay, let's move on to sensory avoiding behaviors. And again, we're going to have our coaching portion with Rebecca in a little bit. Avoiding behaviors. What increases negative reinforcement? In simple terms, is giving into the child's avoidant behavior, or helping the child avoid what makes them anxious, sensory anxious. For example, your child gets sensory anxious in restaurants, and we never go to restaurants. We avoid restaurants. Then the sensory anxiety is just going to increase. So it's not about throwing them to the pool. It's about doing gradual exposure once, or seeing what kind of environment is within their window of tolerance. So maybe sit-down restaurants might not be the thing, but maybe going to a fast food restaurant that you enter, order, and go. But my point is that if you avoid it altogether, all the time, always, it would just increase the sensory anxiety. Okay, what increases sensory avoiding? Bribes. Because bribes are, imagine a child who is scared out of his mind to go to a public restaurant because he fears the crowd and the noise. You offer them a bribe. It's just going to increase their anxiety. They're going to hold it together during the restaurant to get the bribe. And then you're going to have a humongous meltdown at that time. So don't do that. Any form of punishment. Again, if your child is avoiding sensory, then any form of punishment, timeout, spanking, taking their things to get them to do stuff, to get them to brush their teeth or do a sensory activity that they're avoiding, is just not helping. So what does help? Creating a sensory-friendly environment. There are sensory toothbrushes that you can get. There are sensory, hair brushes that you can get. There are Leo caps that you can put on your kids so their water doesn't run over their face. You would not believe the amount of clients who have solved bath time meltdowns just by putting the Leo water cup, the Leo water hat on their kids. Safe spaces. Create a designated quiet area or safe space where the child can retreat to when they're feeling overwhelmed. This space should be comforting and free from sensory triggers. So this is your child's calm down corner. If you are at church, then the calm down corner might be the parking lot. If you're at Olive Garden, the calm down corner might be the bathroom. So basically look for that quiet place where they can calm down. And the gradual exposure. So there are some kids that no matter how much you expose them, like they won't ever get rid of, overcome that trigger that easy. But just use your judgment, your wisdom, right? So my judgment and wisdom on Mother's Day was that I saw my son covering his ears at Olive Garden. And then he ended up under the table, and that's the sign of, yeah, we need to go. that was his window of tolerance. We got through appetizers, the soup and salad, and then we left. And then we're going to come back another day, and then we are going to keep hopefully increasing his window of tolerance. Okay? So allow the child to have control over their sensory exposure. Let them choose when and how to engage with sensory activities, which can help reduce the sensory anxiety. So it's not about pushing them, it's about helping them. Communication and emotional support. Encourage the child, validate their feelings, telling them it's okay, I understand, yeah, it's very loud. And even if you're like, I mean, we're just an Olive Garden, there is nothing unsafe here. For them, that's, if they're sensory avoiders, that noise hurts. So yeah, I know it's hard. And help them communicate it. Say, Mom, it's loud, I need help. I was under the table at Olive Garden and I did that. And then my son said, can I borrow your earphones? I'm like, oh yes, yeah. So he entered his problem solving once he was acknowledged. And lastly, again, becoming a secure parent who responds to their sensory needs, who understands that behaviors communicate needs, who is able to keep themselves regulated and calm. That's what helps. And that's where the Secure Parent Collective comes to provide you with the community and the ongoing support from professional parenting coaches. Okay, information without application will not provide you results. The Secure Parent Collective is the support system that helps parents with the application every single week. So before we move into the coaching, I'm going to walk you through what we offer. I'm going to provide you with a link to join at a very special price. And you can go join, come back and let us know that you join. And then we are going to move forward with, as you join, we are going to do the coaching session. And yeah, okay. Hold on. For the sake of time, I was going to show you another testimonial, but I'm going to jump over that testimonial and come back to it a little bit later. A dysregulated adult will never regulate a dysregulated child, period. So the biggest tool for you to meet your child's sensory needs is you. That's the truth. Imagine, hold on. Imagine me and my coaches helping you unveil each one of your child's needs every single week so you can stop the guesswork and see the results faster. Imagine getting ongoing coaching support on current and new behaviors that arise as your children grow up. Imagine not feeling alone anymore because you have a community of parents who share values that you can ask questions and get direct support from coaches. That's the Secure Parent Collective membership. I'm going to walk you through what we offer, the value that it is in what we offer, and at the end, I'm going to tell you the pricing. So number one, 90-minute weekly parent support calls. You can choose to stay the entire time, or you can choose to come in, ask your question, and be out. If you're not able to attend, you will always have the replay in your members area. Our coaching clients, our tiny group coaching clients pay $1,400 for having coaching support every month. For being in the Secure Parent Collective membership is a different story, but that's what our coaching clients, our small group coaching clients pay. Let's talk about one-on-one. Once a month, one parent of the Secure Parent Collective has the opportunity to receive one-on-one coaching from me and other coaches in a group setting. Next week, we have that opportunity. You have to be live to be the opportunity to be selected. Our one-on-one clients pay $2,285 for a month of one-on-one coaching. You get as well a library of coaching highlights of specific topics in your members area. So this is a bunch of coaching highlights of different moments and coaching we had with clients on different topics. So you don't have to be in the session to get your solution. If you need help with bedtime struggles, just go to this one, How to Overcome Bedtime Struggles, and you're going to see me coaching a client on that topic. If you want to know about discipline, you can go here, effective discipline broken down by ages 1 to 12, and you're going to see me or another coach in HIC parenting coaching a client directly. And the same with many other topics. The value is $500. You get a collection of parenting tools you can use right now to make your parenting life a lot easier and faster. These are downloadables. These are posters. These are tools that you can use. And they are all in the Secure Parent Collective membership. The value is $200. So when you join the Secure Parent Collective membership, you get 90-minute parenting support calls, one-on-one, the opportunity to get one-on-one coaching in a group setting once a month, a library of coaching calls on specific topics, and a collection of parenting tools. All this has the value of $4,385. Okay? Now, before I tell you the actual price, how would that feel to you to have all the support you need to become a secure parent this year and raise emotionally healthy children? You had to go. Oh, I'm sorry. You missed the coaching portion. Well, you don't have to pay all that money. Our one-on-one coaching clients do pay $4,385 and more, depending on what they need. But for you to be part of the Secure Parent Collective membership and have the same support in a big group setting, the regular price is $57 or $687 annually. But for signing up today, you can sign up as a founding member for just $47 a month for a lifetime. You will always pay that, or $470 annually, and you get 2 months free. So you get 2 months free if you join the annual one. To join, all you have to do is click the link in the chat or scan the QR code on the screen, join, and come back and let us know that you joined the Secure Parent Collective membership. I'm going to tell you about a few bonuses, and then we're going to get into coaching. Bonus number 1, you get for free for joining while we're live here on this event, my best-selling ebook, Discipline Without Harm, with all the tools to discipline your children without punishment, without giving in, without yelling, without spanking. And you get my best-selling course on helping yourself breaking the cycle of yelling. This is a $99 and $49 products that you get for free just for joining the Secure Parent Collective today while we're live. And this is an announcement for all the members of the membership. On June 20th, we have another event similar to this one where I'm going to be coaching you and teaching you on how my PEACE process, P-E-A-C-E process, to return yourself and your children back to calm down town in under 5 minutes by understanding your triggers and your children's triggers. So this is an exclusive event of the membership that is going to be in June 20th. So come to that event. Okay, I'm going to announce the winner of the 6 months. Please let me know in the chat how many guests did you bring to this session? How many guests did you bring to this session? The ones who brought the most guests wins the prize. And then we move into coaching. Let me know in the chat. How many guests did you bring to this session? 2? Okay. Rebecca's here. Good. Okay, so Rochelle, you brought 2 guests. I'm going to unmute you, and then If there is not somebody else who beats you, then you won the prize. Hold on. How do I go to unmute Rochelle? How do I mute Rochelle? Hold on. Okay. I'm still learning Zoom. Hi, Rochelle. So you brought two?
Yes.
Who are they?
Rose, she is our nanny.
Oh, okay. And who is the other one?
Oh, well, and myself. Just me.
Ah, okay. So you brought a guest. Okay. Somebody else brought more than one? If not, then you won the prize. Yeah, you won the prize.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is going to apply to the next month, the next following month. Okay? So
That's great.
email us info@hicparenting.com and then we'll walk you through how, I mean, I don't know how in the back end, in the technology side, that's gonna work out, but our program manager will help you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes, I cannot wait to see you more times in the sessions.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay. If you join the Secure Parent Collective membership, click the link, join, scan the QR code, come back, let us know that you joined so we can celebrate you. And we're going to move into the coaching portion of this session. Whoever joins while we're live gets the bonuses. If you join after the live, you get the pricing, but you don't get the bonuses. Okay, I'm going to unmute Rebecca. Rebecca is here. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello. Hi.
Can you see me?
I can see you. Yep.
How come I cannot see anyone? Like,
Because you're on shared screen, Marcella. So once you take
okay.
that off, you'll be able to see the group. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so what about if we do this? The link to join the Secure Parent Collective is in the chat, and it's always going to be in the chat while we're live, okay? I'm going to stop sharing screen. If you want to join the Secure Parent Collective, just go to the link in the chat, join, come back, and let us know so you can get all the bonuses. And then while we do that, we are going to coach some people, Rebecca.
All right. I am ready.
Okay, good. Now I see you.
Yay. Hi.
Okay, so if you need, we are going just to coach the first person who raises
Yeah.
their
Awesome.
hand. Raise your hand if you need coaching from our amazing coach, Rebecca. Crystal. Okay, let me see. Could you please unmute yourself?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Crystal.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
I'm curious, before we move on, are you a member of the Secure Parent Collective?
I just added or just joined right now.
Ah, welcome. Welcome to the Secure Parent Collective membership.
Thank you.
Okay, so I already did the teaching portion. Rebecca is all yours.
All right, amazing. Hi, Crystal, and hi, everyone. Just for context, so you know, like, who's this lady coaching me? I am a parenting coach, and I'm also the director of education for the Jai Institute for Parenting. So what I do all day long, every day, is support parents to grow and mature and become who they need to be in order to support their children's development and maturity. So I could say a lot more about that, but I am excited to get in and hear some questions and to offer some support. So Crystal, I'd love to hear what you are looking for support around.
Yeah, so I think what I'm struggling with the most right now is my 3, almost 4-year-old son.
Okay.
His sensory needs, I noticed a lot change with that in his behavior once I brought my now 12-week-old home. Yes, there's been a lot of like attention seeking, acting out, and I don't react in the best way. I've been, I'm not gonna
Okay.
yell sometimes. I get really
Yeah.
and I want to just learn how to do better, how to respond.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. And it's a beautiful desire, I imagine, to be able to show up for your son when he is communicating his needs in ways that may be really hard for you to handle and to hold without reacting.
Mhm.
Excuse me, can
And
I
yep,
interrupt
go
a little
ahead,
bit?
Marcella. Yeah.
Crystal, do you feel comfortable turning your camera on? You don't have to, but we would love to.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a million times better. My goodness. Hi. And you just had a baby. So I imagine you're tired and it's stressful and it's so much to integrate. So I'm going to support you as much as I can in, a little bit of time that we have together. And I'm curious if you can articulate what is it like for you to witness your son express himself in the ways that he is?
Um, Overwhelming.
You feel very overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel I have like a physical reaction, like
Yeah.
heart beating, my breathing gets more shallow, like
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. So just like our children's nervous systems become really overwhelmed and they act out in
Mhm.
behaviors like yelling, hitting, screaming, that happens for us as parents too, doesn't it? So when you are overwhelmed and your sensory system is overstimulated, you do just like kids. You yell.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what we can practice exploring here is something I called an anchor tool. So when our thermometer is rising, we're getting really overstimulated, we don't know how to handle it, it's getting too much, this needs to stop. We want to practice setting down an anchor that will keep us from explosivity. And it's a practice, it's like building a muscle. But I'm wondering, these are examples like when you notice your breath is short and catching in your throat, you're intentionally putting a hand on your belly and breathing deeper. When you notice your heart is racing, you put a hand to your heart. And maybe you need to get down onto the ground and do a little bit of rocking. Okay, if baby needs to wiggle. Okay. But those are just two examples, Crystal. Have you any practice with these kinds of anchoring tools?
No, not specifically with those, no.
Yeah, any at all?
More like grounding techniques, like breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're looking at how to continue supporting your nervous system and sensory system in those moments. I wish I had an answer that's like, do this, and then you won't be overwhelmed and you won't yell anymore. But it truly is building up resiliency and strength inside of your own system. And one of the best ways to do that is actually through attachment. So your son is communicating, I need mommy. He's at the age where he's just starting to leave the secure base right as baby sibling is coming into the picture. So I call this dripping honey and putting coins into the attachment meter. When both mom and big sibling are just really struggling many days or most of the day, that's an indication for me that quality time is needed without any screens, no phones, ideally no sibling if that's possible. I don't know if it is. And it's just using language like this. I miss you so much. I miss you so much. You remember when it was just me and you? Come here. Do you want to piggyback? Do you want to go on a walk? And you're getting as much deep pressure touch. You're grieving together. You're loving each other and you're just basking in the oxytocin because oxytocin is what can help both of your nervous systems get through this really tough transition.
Okay.
Now, what is that like to hear? Does that feel like attuned to what you're needing?
Yeah, I think so. We did practice. We did have a moment like that last week. I took him to the beach for the day, like just us two, and I
Yeah.
know big change in his behavior.
That's
Just not
it's
always.
hard to do, I know, and we can't always get to the beach, so it is just dripping honey. You're not always going to be able to go on an adventure together. So it's just 1 to 5 to 10 to 20 times in the day. It's like, hey, I love you. I missed you. You're the best. And you're just putting coins in the attachment meter. That's, one layer of this very multi-layered question that you're asking me. But it's how do we tend to our nervous system? How do we protect our attachment? And how do we provide your child with as many preventative experiences so his system isn't just, and he's not able to handle it and cope. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you signed up for the collective, because this kind of question does need more holding and caring and tending to for you to experience a true shift. So thank you for asking, Crystal.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And Valentina, look at all the children.
Excuse me.
I'd love to- Oh, yeah, go ahead,
Damaris,
Marcela.
welcome to the Secure Parent Collective.
Yeah, hi.
Valentina, is it okay if I coach you next week? I want to give opportunity to a parent who's never been coached in the Secure Parent Collective membership.
Okay.
The next one is Farhin.
Farheen, perhaps?
Farhin. Okay, let me ask him mute.
Okay.
Yeah, she's unmuted.
Hi,
Hi.
hi. How are you?
Hold on. Coach.
Okay, I got muted. Hi, Farheen, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much.
Of course.
And today's session has been an eye-opener because I was not able to understand the sensory needs,
Okay.
the concept behind the sensory needs. So basically, now I have realized that both my daughters are sensory avoiders,
Okay.
in its in the most sense, yes. So the main problem I'm facing nowadays is, or you can say for the last 2 years, is that my now almost 5 years old is very aggressive. She's
Okay.
very headstrong
Mm.
and she gets angry a lot,
Mhm.
and she has to has her way in
Mhm.
everything. And then if she's not getting her way, she likes to hit, kick,
Okay.
bite, and like there's some itching going on in her teeth. It's like I can
Okay.
feel it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
so I have applied respectful parenting or parenting with care, and I tell her that you can hit this pillow or you can
Sure.
take this toy in your mouth. But at that time, like, she does not get this concept. It's not
Yeah.
getting through to her,
Gotcha.
and she's not applying it, and then I get triggered, and
Mhm.
I don't know how to handle it. It's 2
Yeah.
years, and I've just had enough of it.
Yeah. So you're tired, and it sounds like you're
Yes,
really trying to help her find replacement behaviors in the
exactly.
moment. Yeah.
Yes,
And you're really wanting to be respectful and
yes,
loving. Yeah. And that gets
exactly.
really tired when you're not seeing results.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. Okay. So just reflecting your perception of your daughter, never met her, so I'm going by your
yes.
word, and I believe you
Okay,
that
okay.
I'll use my language, which is something like she's developing her will right now between the ages of 3 and 5. It is their developmental task. They have to do it. There's no getting around it for them
Okay,
to go toward what it is that they want when they want it. And some
okay.
children, we call them strong-willed, are
Yes,
really super de-duper devotional to going toward what
yes,
they want and when they want it. And then when
exactly.
they're met with a limit, that activates a loss of agency, it activates a loss of autonomy, and it's
Mm,
for some children viscerally painful to be in
mm.
an inferior to your superiority of authority
Um,
because you are the parent. Yeah. So
yeah.
there's something called a demand avoidance, which is another aspect of the sensory system, that any kind of limitation is perceived as intense threat to a child.
Okay.
Do you resonate with that in your daughter? Does
Yes,
that
yes,
connect for
yes,
you? Okay.
yes.
So once we see that and understand it, that's not going to make you any less tired right off the bat, but at least there's a little bit more understanding and compassion, and we can
Exactly.
shift our technique here. So a child who has a demand avoidance that's viscerally painful to receive limits, we can play around with how it is that we're navigating that space. So what would you say tends to activate her? Like, what is she wanting? Is it just anything, or do you notice a pattern? Like when she wants this and I give her a no, it's a rah.
Well, mostly it's everything. She has to have her way in everything, and it's not like I put my will on her. I
Yeah,
give her
sure.
choice in almost
Yeah.
everything. Like, okay, go where whatever you want to do. Go do this. Or sometimes I give her choice between two things, but still, like, she's never happy.
Yeah. Okay. And that must be really uncomfortable for her too, to
Yes,
be stuck in
exactly.
this cognitive
It's
rigidity.
yeah, it's like a cycle. It's not ending, never
Yeah.
ending cycle. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're stuck, she's stuck, and nobody's moving forward. And that gets exhausting
Exactly.
for both people. Okay. So she's wanting to go after something, you're wanting to accommodate, you're wanting to provide her with choices, making sure she has a voice and that, she has
Exactly.
options. And yet she still finds herself getting really stuck there and then
Yes.
having an outburst. So
Yes.
sounds like she can get really overwhelmed. Demand avoidance is really interesting because they can want to do something, but even them wanting to do something feels like a demand in their system. So even your daughter wanting to make the choice that you're offering her is just too much. It's just too much.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if that's completely true, but we're going to experiment with the things that I'm telling you.
Okay.
And I would get really curious about how much quality play and laughter you two are sharing together. Let's start there. I know it might be like seemingly way out here, but how would you
Okay.
describe
Like one-to-one is not a lot,
that? Okay.
because when they come back from school and in the by the time it's their bedtime, we only have like 3 hours
Yeah.
with each other, and in
Okay.
that I have to go do the dinner and
Yeah.
other stuff
Yeah.
also. So
Okay.
it's not a lot, but still I'm hugging her, kissing her all the
Yeah.
time. I'm telling
Yeah.
her I love you, and I'm so thankful to God that He has sent you in my life. And
Okay.
I'm always all the time I'm telling these things to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for that
She's getting
thing,
the
I'm there
honey
for her.
from you.
Yes,
Okay. What about
exactly,
the
exactly.
laughter?
Laughter is there. Yes, laughter is there. Yeah, we laugh a lot. She's funny, so she makes me laugh. And yeah,
Nice.
so
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. How
But
about
one-to-one
rough
play is
housing?
not a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Rough housing. Rough
Yeah.
housing. Hmm.
Rough housing is not a lot. Yeah,
Not a
it's
lot.
not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would be really curious. And again, I can't prescribe you all with an answer and confidently say, go do
Yes.
this and then you won't have any
Yeah. Yes,
problems.
I
Because,
can. Yeah, I
yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah. But I would be very curious about experimenting with more physical input and deep pressure. So sometimes proprioceptive input, which is tight squeezes, rolling her up in her blanket like a burrito and on the bed, sometimes
Okay.
hitting them with a pillow because you're the pillow
Yeah.
monster. And she
Yeah.
gets to say, stop. And she's in control of that, of whether or not you can continue. That way
Okay.
you're modeling, I really want to hit you with this pillow. And she says, stop. And then you're like, and you
Okay.
model really wanting to do something, but
Yeah.
you control your impulse. So as much play around acting out impulse control as possible. It could even be she's the pillow monster and she's whacking you with pillows. And when you
Yeah.
say stop, she's practicing controlling her body. So that's what
Okay.
this is. Her brain is
Okay.
asking for support to build impulse control.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because in the
Yes.
moment when we say, your body's wanting to hit, well, not my body, hit the pillow, that very rarely ever works. It does for some kids
Exactly.
ever, but very rarely. Children are way too for them
Yes.
to redirect. Even if you were to
Yeah.
bring her body and like take her hands and like hit the
Yeah.
pillow, not me, that
No.
yeah, that force on their body, that physical redirection, and that demand of do this instead just wigs them out 100 times
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
So I like to really lead with defense and just a physical
Okay.
boundary of like blocking, or if
Okay.
she's going with her mouth, it's like pushing her face away, not hard, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
protecting your body while you're getting through it.
Yes.
And then, I talk to my son who's 6. When your brain is really overwhelmed, you're not able to control your body yet. That's why you hit, that's
Yes.
why you bite. And the more that my child understands themselves, like Marcella talked about, help them understand themselves, the less of a monster they see themselves as. Because
Oh.
kids who can't control their impulses are very quickly categorized as out of
Yeah.
control, this monster who hits, they're aggressive, they're this,
Exactly.
they're that. That is just gasoline on the self-esteem. And we
Hmm.
want to help our child have compassion for themselves, because compassion grows the brain. Not because we're
Okay.
soft and we want to raise and coddle our kids, but because our
Yes.
this is what happens to you, honey, and this is why you hit when you're angry, and this is why you bite when you're angry, and you're going to keep learning. I believe in you. I know
Yeah.
that you're going to keep learning. And then you're practicing impulse control through play. And ideally, you're practicing flexibility through play. Like, let's play a role-playing game. I want to go here, and I'm not changing my mind. And she could
Yeah.
be Tommy, who's trying to get her daughter to get her shoes on. Like, I don't want to wear
Mm.
those shoes. Okay, fine, maybe I'll wear the shoes. You're acting it out through
Yeah.
laughter. What flexibility could look like in rigidity.
Okay.
Okay, Farheen, I'm talking a lot at you, and I don't know if
No,
you're receiving all of it.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yes, yes.
What's standing out to
It's
you?
resonating with me. Yeah,
Oh, I'm so
I can
glad.
totally get it.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Do you have anything that you're like, definitely, I'm going to try this, or I was really missing this before and now I have it? Anything like that
Yes,
happening?
definitely the physical activities like
Okay.
rolling her in the blanket and putting pressure on her arms and this role play. This also I really like this idea. Yeah,
Yeah, good, good.
yeah, it's a really good idea.
Okay, and then for the cherry on top, I really can't overemphasize the power of whether maybe you put your daughter to bed and you're like, I'm so glad God brought you to me. And then also, baby girl, I just want you to know that even when you struggle to keep your hands safe or this or that, I love you always.
Hmm.
And you're going to keep learning how to control your body. You're just 5.
Yeah.
You're doing
Yeah.
great. We're just going to keep
Yeah.
practicing. I'm going to help you. I am here to help you.
And this is what I'm missing. I never tell her that what's happening with her body and
Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
and she's just
powerful.
5 years old and it's okay for her to act in this way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
normal. We
yes,
don't want to like say morally this
yeah,
behavior is okay, but it's like you are okay. It's okay that this is
yeah,
happening. And also
exactly,
we're
exactly.
working on changing.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. That was really helpful.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for
Thank
asking.
you, thank you.
So
Yeah.
Rebecca is going to
Yeah.
help on one more parent. But before we go there, I want to welcome to the Secure Parent Collective membership to Michelle, Tara, Crystal, Damaris. I'm so excited that you're here. And I cannot wait to see the progress that you are going to have as you keep coming to the sessions. Before Rebecca takes the next parent, I want to share with you a success story. This one comes from Valentina. She wanted coaching, but I'm like, Valentina, you've been getting a lot of transformation here, and I want to share with them a success story that you allow me to share with people, if that is okay. Is it okay? Okay. Okay. This is a testimonial or success. Since you joined the
so more I'm more secure. I'm more secure because now I know that I have tools. And when I know this, as soon I feel my body raising something, I know if I am able to breathe in and to not let go out the let's say the rushing. I'm thinking I'm self-centered, and I think, okay, now I know what to do.
So I just wanted to share with you her success story. Let me stop sharing. Were you able to hear it? Yes? Okay. And thank you, Valentina, for allowing us to share your success story. You still have opportunity to join the Secure Parent Collective membership. You can join up until the end of the week. The Secure Parent Collective membership is currently closed. We are not offering it to the public. We just opened up space for the people, the parents who are in this event with us. And you can join until the end of the week. Now, to get the bonuses, the invitation is to join while we're live, because outside of the live, you get the opportunity to join with the good pricing, but the bonuses is if you join while you're live. So Rebecca is going to take another client, and while she's helping this client, go to the link in the chat, join the Secure Parent Collective, and come and let us know so we can celebrate alongside you. And yeah. I think you're mute again.
Keeps
Okay.
happening.
So
Okay.
the next one, Valentina, is it okay if we help Erica? How I said, like, I can help you next week, and I know that you're already getting a lot of transformation here in the Secure Parent Collective. So we want to help parents who have not been helped yet. Okay. Erica.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Erica.
Okay, I'm going to mute
Hi.
myself.
Okay. Okay. Hi. What's up?
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I was late for this group. I took
Okay.
my son out to the beach where there was he loves to go to the playground. He's 3, he'll be 4 in 10 days.
Wow.
He's delayed in speech. He's finally starting
Okay.
to say words and put 2 words together. He's on the wait list to get assessed for autism.
Okay.
He's usually a pretty easygoing child. But today, like, this has happened where I'm not sure. I take him to the playground so he can climb, because the speech
Yeah.
therapist told us he needs to work on his core muscles to get the
Okay.
speech.
Yeah.
So climbing, because he's quite weak. So I took him out. I don't know what triggers him.
Yeah.
We went to go get hot dogs after we're done. He doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
That always does happen. Most times he's cooperative. He's like, okay, but sometimes he resists. And I'll be like, and I'm trying to learn not to bribe him, but that's the fallback I've been doing, is bribing. So I bribed him with the hot dogs. He loves hot dogs. And we went to the place to go get hot dogs near the beach. And there was a lineup, of course, we have to wait like everyone else. And this
Okay.
seemed to, he started to run around. And I was telling him to stay still because he tends to want to run, like literally run away.
Yeah.
And so I told him, wait, we have to get the hot dog. And he bolted.
Yeah.
He was gone.
Okay.
He's fast. He's a pretty fast little boy. And so I tried to chase him. So I had to cancel the stuff. I told the guy I cancel it. I'm off. I have to go get my kid.
Yeah.
And it was just like very frustrating because whenever I take him out, I shouldn't say always, but I say 50-50. It's a hit and miss. He always runs away when he doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting to the point like I kind of dread. It's just me. I'm a single parent, so it's getting to the point where
It's a hard transition for you and tiring.
Yeah. I'm starting to dread taking him out. And I don't want to punish him because I'm not getting a grip on my feelings.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay.
So I try to give him like 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. I do it on this countdown. 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. And like I said, it's half and half. Like, I'm not sure what.
It's tricky because, 3.5 is really when logic starts to develop in our babies. And so, 10 minutes is just like outer space to him.
Yes.
It's great
Yeah.
that you're practicing that just to get it developed. And
Yes.
also that's we call that a top down technique. Like we're going to the logical part of support
Yeah.
when he may need more bottom up. Like, my love, in 2 more minutes, Mama's going to pick you up. I don't know if you're able to pick him up. I'm not sure his
He's
size or your
45.
strength.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's big.
So that might not be the option. Or
Yeah.
Mama's going to grab your hand and then we are going to walk to the car together. We're going to stay together.
Mhm.
What do you think that kind of approach would offer you? I know you're speculating, but just
I've
imagine.
tried it a few times already.
Okay.
I've dragged a rag doll.
Yeah.
I stop. Okay, come on. I'm like, and he's
Yeah.
like limp. He's like, no.
And he doesn't want to walk, so he'll get noodly.
Yes.
Okay, we need to maybe zone out a little bit. So do you find that there's a particular time of day that he does this kind of transitional difficulty?
Well, today, right now, I'm in Canada, Ontario. 1 o'clock. He might have been hungry.
He was
That's what I'm
hungry. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why we went to go get hot dogs, because he really didn't
Makes
have lunch. I
logical
didn't see
sense to
that.
me. Yeah.
I probably should have fed him before we left, but I was on this
Okay.
time constraint.
Yeah.
I live in a rural area where everything's like an hour away.
Yeah, to and fro. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, and I think he might have been picking up too that I wanted to get on time for the session because I want help.
You got it.
And so I'm
Mhm.
kind of like, okay, come on. And I'm not really one to yell, but
Mhm.
I guess I speak more almost like in a deep threatening tone, which isn't which probably is bad as yelling. Like, I'm like, stop it.
It could be as scary
Yes,
is what maybe
yeah.
you're saying. Yeah.
Intimidating. It's intimidating.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because I start to get, this is mine, I'm not putting it on him. Where I start to
Yeah.
get like, okay, come on. And then I don't know, like I said, it's 50-50 because when I do tell like other professionals, I know he's not manipulative, he's only 3.5, but he
Yeah.
behaves. And they kind of look
Yeah.
at me and they're like, okay.
Yeah, I
see
gotcha.
a child that's like with the family doctor, pediatrician, I tell him to stay, he stays put, he'll stay put for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking it might be something I'm doing that's triggering him. I don't know.
I don't know either. And I like to always think very generously for
Mhm.
moms and dads that we can't jump to the conclusion that we're doing something wrong and that's why they're responding in the way that they're responding.
Mhm.
Yet the empowered question here is really for me is what is the pattern?
Mhm.
How do I get ahead of the pattern? And how do
Mhm.
I support myself
Mhm.
when it just happens? Because we can't prevent everything. So
Yes.
you know that, it's not perfect. You don't perfectly know it, but we're speculating here that when your son is hungry, that's going to up his flight response in the face of a demand. It's time to go. That's against his will. He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
So he's going to have whatever his nervous system is wired to have. Like I was just talking to Farheen, her daughter might whack her and say, no, I'm not leaving. Your
Mhm.
daughter or your son, he might wet noodle it. We call that shutdown, or he might run. We call that flight.
Yes.
And I think for myself to really empower me and not be victim to that circumstance is to just know it may or may not happen. So how can I support myself here? 1, I bring my snacks. 2,
Mhm.
I would maybe communicate to my son, if mama's feeling a little bit like this, huh? Because
Yeah.
mama's got this place I need to get to. It's really special and important
Yes.
to me. And maybe you're doing all of this already. And the tricky thing here is that we can't live in a cookie cutter neighborhood. That's not what our parenting is. We can't prevent and perfectly navigate every time our kid runs away from the hot dog line.
Yes.
So my inspiration here is more invitation for you to get really curious about pattern
Okay.
and contemplate your tone. So I'm hearing in your desire to come across with firm authority, you're
Mhm.
going down into an octave of growling, which
Yes.
is scary for a
Yes.
child. And so
Yes.
it is like, how do I communicate in this in a way
Yes.
that
Without.
is right here in the
Yep.
center? Yeah, and that just takes practice on your end. And then the real zoom out is if I know that I get anxious before something I'm looking forward to, like a webinar, I'm
Mhm.
not going to put myself in a position of going outside and having to transition, which I know is hit or miss for my son at this phase
Yes.
in his development. Yeah, so that's like personal
Yes.
responsibility work.
Yes.
But I get also why you did it because we want your son to play. It was just like,
Yeah.
it was a tricky situation, it sounds like.
Yes. Yes. I do have to be more mindful of that, like of the time, because yeah, right now he is starting to get kind of bad with transition. He never really used to. And I do tend to notice he has like almost, I would say, a 6 month to 1 year delay of some stuff of
Okay.
his behavior.
Yeah, I see.
And
So he's more like 2.5, almost 3 than
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So there's again, I can't give you a magic pill, although I
Yeah.
really want to, but what are you taking away from our conversation?
I think for me, yeah, I think for myself, where if I know there's something that is gonna, like if I'm on a schedule of something, I think I will be more mindful of planning. Like, okay, that place was a little too far when I knew I had only like 3 hours, 2.5 hours, because it's like an hour on the road. So
Yeah.
maybe do something more locally while
Okay.
we work on, other things. And I kind of like what you told Farin about
Mhm.
the role playing, because he's also starting to hit.
Exactly. That too. That's great.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
starts to hit. He
Yeah.
tries to punch me in the jaw. So for me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and show him this is what, like, respect him. Like when I, like you said, hit him with the pillow, and he's like, stop. Then I show him, I'm
Mhm.
stopping. And
Yeah, I stop when you say stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bringing in play, and you
Mhm.
can even role play out transitions. Like, I don't know your son's name. What's his name?
Elias.
Elias. And
Yeah.
it's funny, you have like a treat. It's like, it's time to go get the treat. Or
Yeah.
and you're
Mhm.
maybe you're the kid. You're like, I don't want to. I want to keep playing with my Legos. And he's trying to get you to go to the kitchen and eat the ice
Yes.
cream. And then you're like, okay, I'll come.
Okay.
And so he can experience what that's like to have a kid who's not working with you, and
Yeah.
then the experience of a kid who is working with you. And we're just wanting to laugh. This is not like and the lesson of this game is no, it's just
No.
passive laughter.
Yes. Like a speech. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel supported?
Yes, I do. I do. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
It's good to meet you. I'm glad we got to chat.
Nice to
Thank
meet you too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course.
Coach Rebecca, I'm
Yeah.
so grateful that you are
Yeah.
here.
Me
Mhm.
too.
I'm so grateful for the amazing support and guidance that you provided to all these beautiful parents. Could you please let them know where they can find you?
I would love that. Yes. So you can find me at my website, RebeccaLidden.com. I do offer one-on-one coaching, and I offer mother circles if that's something. I know, Marcella, you've got them. You're holding them just fine. But just for variety's sake, that's where you can find me.